$1 million right now, Pete, what would be the funnest part about getting $1 million? or let's say, y'all played Grand Theft Auto before?
Yeah.
So Grand Theft Auto, right? Y'all ever played Grand Theft Auto and I think they still around. Y'all ever use the cheat codes for Grand Theft Auto? What cheat codes do y'all use?
I get the
hot cars,
I jump, all the cars, all the guns,
exploded.
all the guns, right? Huh? The flying.
I gotta get 12 of them.
So you get so y'all get the unlimited guns, the unlimited cars, the unlimited money probably, and everything, right? How does it make the game? It makes it fun? Is it easy though?
For a little bit. Yeah, it's easy.
It get boring. Why does it get boring?
Because you just got money.
You got everything, right? So when you play a mission, it's not hard because if I gotta shoot 10 people, and normally it comes with a pistol, I put in the cheat code, I got a rocket launcher, I can just blow all 10 people up, right? And then go in and do whatever I gotta do. Now I didn't have patience, I didn't finish Grand Theft Auto 5, so I don't know what the storyline like. But I played the other ones. But you said it wasn't fun because it was boring because you had everything though, right? Yeah. So now apply that to life. Now think about how hard you work to get something, right? How hard you work to get something. Say you're playing for a championship, right? That championship is so sweet, right? And you hear guys. I'm sure y'all watched the Last Dance documentary. Like Tom Brady, think about Tom Brady last night, wins his 7th championship, right? And he's sitting there, boom. But then next season, what happens with the championship? Do you still feel that same like love for that championship right then and there? No, because why? You got to start it all over, right? You got to start the new task all over. So it doesn't matter that you won it last year like that. That's over. That honeymoon is over. Technically, they say it's over the next day. Like now there's dudes working out, getting ready for that next shot at the championship, right? But think about what's fun about winning the championship. What do you think is fun about winning it?
You do it together.
Huh? I can't hear you. The feeling you get from winning, but think about leading up to doing something. The grind. Think about the grind. Think about how many people don't appreciate the grind to do something, right? Think about it. You win the championship, you like, man, I just wanted to win that championship so bad. And you kind of black out. You know how people say, how people fast forward through life and y'all probably said this, I said it when I was younger. Man, like you in like 8th grade, you like, man, I can't wait to be 18 and be out the house. If you're a senior right now, raise your hand. Isn't it a little scary now that you're about to be done with high school? You're not scared? I'm gonna tell you, like, I'll tell you from firsthand experience, like the weirdest day of my life is when I went on my visit to Denver, but that was like my junior going into senior year. But then I went on a visit to Cleveland State, and I finally had committed to Cleveland State. The scariest day was my orientation day because I was still in high school. I remember being there and I just had this weird feeling over my body. It felt like I was, you ever been out of state and stuff and you feel weird because you're not like at home and everything is foreign to you. You don't know where anything's at. You feel uncomfortable because you don't know the people and stuff. You ever felt like that? Like when you go somewhere? That's how I felt being on campus. I was like, geez, this is the weirdest thing. And not only is it weird, I'm gonna be by myself now. But remember, when I was in 8th grade, I was like, man, I can't wait to be out the house. So then you kind of skip through everything leading up. Like you don't take advantage and stop in the moment and appreciate everything that happened. So from 8th grade to 12th grade. Like you don't appreciate the 8th grade year. You don't appreciate 9th grade like you should. You don't appreciate sophomore year like you should. You don't appreciate junior year like you should. And then senior year comes, you don't have time to appreciate because you just fast forward through everything and you look up and now it's senior year. And you just fast forward through everything else and now you're like, man, I wish I could get that time back. But we know you can't get time back, right? So the greatest part about doing something is leading up to the moment. The moment itself is great too, but think about how hard you work for stuff. Now think about life, that applies the same way. Now all of you are getting older. None of you are freshmen anymore. Think about how fast freshman year went for you guys. Sophomores, think about how fast freshman year went. And we did the life rope a couple weeks ago. Now think about how fast sophomore year is going. Now, boom, junior year coming up. Next year, you know, you got to start thinking about college and stuff, right? Seniors, you like we just talked about, you like, man, now I got to figure out what's the next step in life. Because there's multiple things you can do, but people don't treat you the same as they do when you're in high school. Now you're technically an adult, you know? So now, the choices you make. You can choose to go on to college, you can go get a trade. You can just start working whatever, not a trade, just work at a department store or something. And believe me, people do it. You can go bartend, whatever you do. But it's different. But you fast forward through stuff, you don't get to appreciate all the time that you had. Like I hear so many people talking about how much time that they wish they had back. And then you draw yourself in a deep hole where you can't even appreciate the time that you're in now. Like, two things in life: make a mistake and you acknowledge your mistakes. So if you know that you did something, you know that you don't appreciate time and the time that you had before, you got to stop and start appreciating time from that moment on. You don't dig yourself in a deeper hole and wish that you had that time back and mess up the present time that you're giving now by wishing you had time back, and then you fast forward more through life, right? I'm sure you all can think of a time when you fast forward through something, right? See, this right here, this whole journey of basketball and stuff, it translates to life. It's translated. Like the journey of you winning a championship, the journey of you accomplishing goals for yourself, accomplishing goals for the team, it means something. It means something. And the hardest thing that you got to battle is this. We talked about this before. This is the strongest weapon in the world. That's why you got to make sure that you give yourself time. You write down your goals and figure out what you want to do. Look, let me tell you something. You literally can accomplish anything that you want to do. You got to set yourself up for it. And when you set yourself up, even if you don't, so say you don't accomplish the goal that you wanted, but you worked extra hard at it, another door opens up for another opportunity that was meant for you. There's something that's meant for everybody. Everybody has goals. Everybody has a skill set. Everybody's a superstar at something that you don't think about, whether you believe it or not. But this is the key to it. You got to break through this barrier right here first. If you don't break through this barrier, it's pointless. Like everything that you do is gonna be pointless. Like, and I'm telling you, like, if you feeling some type of way, you got to talk to somebody. You feeling like you down, you feeling like you're depressed about something. Like it's a real thing. Like depression has no coolness to it. It doesn't matter who you are. Anxiety has no name to it. It has no status, any income level, ethnicity, whatever, gender. It doesn't matter. The most important thing that you can do in life too is understand people. This is how you get good at being there for people. You got to understand people, situations, what other people are going through. It's not saying that you don't matter or your feelings don't matter, but when you start caring about other people, it comes back full circle. And then you start feeling a little bit better about yourself. Boom. I call Brady. Brady, how you doing? You all right? Sure. Good. Shorty cool. No? You got a shorty? Nah. But but for real, that's the type of stuff you should know. Because think about how many times people are going through something and you don't know. You don't know anything about their life, so you can't even begin to think of what to talk to them about. Think about how much stuff people have going on at home that they don't share with people, that they don't talk about, and they got burning inside of them. And we had this talk last year about how to be what it means to be a man. What is a man? And when you're a man, you're aware of yourself. You have feelings. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. Trust me, I sat up for these past 2 months. I've been at home crying, in the car crying. Like I told y'all before, I just watched my grandma die quickly, like this. Just happened quick. Everything in November is fine. Beginning of the season rolling. Boom, right around Thanksgiving, I I needed to do my normal Thanksgiving thing. I'm watching her suffer through this, in and out the hospital, after practice, zipping over there, sometimes spending the night, getting up, trying to get here, trying to make sure my business is trying to run and up and coming, trying to check on other people, trying to come here. It's draining. I spent that time crying. It's okay. It's that time, like, and you don't necessarily got to grieve in front of somebody, but you should talk to somebody, right? Talking to people helps, but you also got to, if you know that talking to people helps, sometimes you got to be the ear that lends to somebody, right? To lend to somebody. And I say all this because all this wraps in to whatever you're trying to do in life. The journey and appreciating the journey. The knowing thyself. You know, you got to know yourself. You got to know what you're capable of, what you're good at, what you're not good at. And the biggest thing, you can't be jealous of other people's tools, and gifts, and blessings. Like everybody's unique in their own way. And you can't hate them for it, because you probably can do something that somebody else wishes they can do. And you got to appreciate what gifts and skills that you have. So boom, you talk about the journey. You talk about appreciating time, appreciating building up to whatever goal that you want to accomplish. And then you talk about the mental health side of it, of like writing stuff down, cleansing your system. Like, hey, a big thing is right now, a lot of people want to know how to get sleep. Think about it, sleep, right? How hard is it to get sleep? It can be hard as sometimes can. Think about if you had a long day. See, at nighttime, everything is exposed. When you lay down at night, you don't got nobody there with you. You lay down, you in your bed. That's when you at your most vulnerable position in life. Is when you lay down at night. All your thoughts running crazy, right? Every single thought that you have for the day, because you don't have anything to keep you busy, to keep away from it. Like throughout the day, you wake up, you go to school, you go to basketball practice, you're kicking it with your friends all day. After school, you might hang out with some friends, do some homework and stuff. But when you lay down in bed, if you just don't quickly fall asleep, your thoughts are running. Your thoughts are running. Everybody. It don't matter who you are. And people ask me, what do I do? My thoughts are running. Turn off your light, turn off your TV, tuck away your cell phone, exhaust your thoughts. What's on your mind so heavy? What's on your mind so heavy that you're running away from it? Exhaust it, even if it hurts. Think about it. Think about it, exhaust it, keep thinking about it, exhaust it, keep thinking about it. When I say exhaust it, I mean think about it so much that you cope with it and you get it over with. Because the more you try to fight and try to hide it, it suppresses. And when you start suppressing stuff, what happens? What happens when you suppress something? Well, you overthink it, but what happens when you suppress something? Anybody?
It builds up.
It builds up. What happens? It comes out negative. Right, think about it. Think about you had all this stuff built up and you don't talk to anybody. And then it could be over something stupid. You could be at lunch one day, MJ at lunch, and he got this bottle of water, and I'm playing with him because that's my boy, and I just knock it over. But he's hot, and I don't know. And boom, MJ ready to fight. Not because he's mad at me, he's mad at so much, and it just comes out. It comes out, and you don't know how to channel your anger, channel your energy, because you didn't talk to anybody, you didn't go do something productive that you're good at. That's why it's important to have a hobby too. But you gotta channel this. This, I'm telling you, powerful weapon. Most underrated powerful weapon in the world. Your thoughts, your words are powerful. Right? Can you all remember a time that somebody said something crazy to you and you thought about what they said to you? And it replayed in your mind over and over? And it could be somebody that you consider a non-factor in your life, but if somebody says something crazy to you, it might resonate with you and just stick, right? And then you start kind of down yourself and start thinking about it a little bit, right? That's a terrible feeling, isn't it? That's why it's important for us to pick and choose what we say. The more good you put out the more good comes back. The more good you put out, you could affect somebody's day and don't even know it. You know, you could be at the grocery store, you tell somebody, hey, you look really nice today. You might just made somebody's day and don't even know. Like the 2 seconds of your time giving a compliment might have made something big. So we talk about the journey. We talk about the mental side of it. We talk about putting good energy into the world, right? We talk about caring for one another. What else do you think plays a part into your journey in life? What else? Your energy? What kind of energy?
Like if you stand down, your energy never gonna go up.
Yeah.
All your thoughts gonna build up on you.
So what if you come into every situation with negative energy? Like what if you come to practice with negative energy, or you go to school with negative energy? What's gonna happen? Go off on the team? Is your practice really gonna be that good? Is your day gonna be that good? Think about if you got a job and you like, man, I hate this job. I don't even want to be here. And you go into work. You think you're gonna have a good day at work? But what if you got to deal with customers and stuff? You think you're gonna treat them nicely? No, right? It's gonna be a negative experience, a negative interaction. Now at the flip side, you can ruin somebody's day. Somebody leaves the store, they go to Giant Eagle or whatever, they're like, man, I just had to deal with the craziest person at the store ever. It just messed up my whole day. You ever heard somebody say that before? And just throws you in a funk, different mood. And here's something I heard before, like, your joy is your choice. Your joy is your choice. No one can rob your joy away from you. If you let somebody rob your joy, you gave them power over you. So if I come and a man cusses me out and I get upset about it, that's my fault, not a man's fault, because I let a man affect me. So your joy is your choice. You gotta learn how to just build yourself up. As stupid as it sounds, you've probably seen people, they do it now, they had it last year, like the positive talking to yourself in the morning. You know, people look in the mirror and say like 4 or 5 positive things about themselves. And then you gotta let it manifest. Like that's what you believe and that's what you wholeheartedly believe. So then you put that good energy into yourself and good energy comes back out, right? So all that wraps into the journey. Why do you think we talking about a journey right now?
What about to start one?
We're about to start one. We're about to embark on a new journey, right? This is the last stretch. This is the last stretch of the season right here. From here on out, everything is tournament. It's tournament everywhere. There's little stuff that can make or break this whole experience. You know what I'm saying? Make or break the whole thing. You gotta build yourself up, build your teammates up, and you gotta enjoy the experience. The reason we talk about enjoying the experience, that translates enjoying practice, enjoying the time that it takes to work on your craft and get better, right? The mental side of it, you gotta mentally be prepared. You gotta do everything that you need to do during the day, get your homework done, schoolwork, and then you gotta be prepared, focus on the game, focus on the game playing. When you playing, nothing else matters for those moments. As hard as it is, you gotta shut everything else out. All your troubles, all your worries, you gotta shut it out and learn how to channel that into that basketball. Out on that court, out into your emotions on the bench and stuff. Supporting your teammates, rooting for one another. All that stuff really is real. You gotta have positive attitude when you come in here. Positive attitude. You gotta be supportive of each other. You gotta bring positive positive energy, positive feedback from one another. You guys rely on each other. You guys are brothers. This journey that you're taking right now, you're gonna remember for life. And you're gonna laugh back about stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? So just something for you to think about. The journey. The journey through all this, the journey through life. It's the same exact thing. So just make sure that you appreciate it and that you value it. And bring something good to it. Alright? Alright, y'all. Love y'all. Get out of here.